How Elon Musk got rich. The inspiring story. Have you ever wondered how Elon Musk became one of the richest people in the world? His life was not easy. He failed many times. He lost money many times. But he never stopped trying. Today, in this video on Learning English Level 3, you will learn the simple story of how Elon Musk became rich and successful. This story will motivate you to work hard and believe in your dreams. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Learning English Level 3 so you never miss inspiring stories like this. A curious childhood in South Africa. Before Elon Musk became one of the richest and most famous innovators in the world, he was simply a quiet boy growing up in Pretoria, South Africa. His childhood was not always easy, but one thing made him different from many other children. He was extremely curious. From a very young age, Elon loved asking questions. He wanted to know how everything worked. He would look at machines, books, and even everyday objects and ask, "Why does this work? And how can this be improved?" This habit of asking questions later became one of the biggest reasons for his success. Elon also loved reading. While many children spent most of their time playing outside, Elon often spent hours in libraries reading books. He did not read only simple storybooks. He read science books, technology books, and even complex encyclopedia collections. By the age of 10, he had already read thousands of pages and had learned many advanced ideas that most children did not know. But his childhood was not perfect. Elon was shy and sometimes felt lonely. At school, he did not always fit in with other students. Some classmates even bullied him. These experiences were difficult, but instead of giving up, Elon used his time alone to learn more, think more, and imagine new possibilities. Sometimes challenges can make people stronger, and this was true for him. One day, something very important happened. Elon discovered computers. The moment he saw a computer, he became fascinated. He wanted to understand how software works and how programs are created. Because there were not many teachers available to guide him, Elon started teaching himself programming using books. He practiced every day, sometimes staying awake late at night, learning how to write simple computer codes. His curiosity and hard work soon produced results. At just 12 years old, Elon created his first computer game called Blaster. He sold the game to a magazine for about $500. This was not a huge amount of money, but it was something very powerful. It showed him that ideas and knowledge can create real value. The story of Elon Musk's childhood teaches us an important lesson. Success does not start when someone becomes rich or famous. Success begins much earlier, when a person becomes curious, keeps learning, and refuses to stop trying even when life feels difficult. Elon Musk's journey started with a simple habit: asking questions and learning every day. And this small habit, repeated again and again, slowly prepared him for the big achievements that would come later in his life. Early passion for computers and self-learning. As Elon Musk grew older, one interest began to shape his future more than anything else: computers. During the 1980s, computers were not common in every home, and learning programming was not as easy as watching online tutorials like today. But Elon was not the kind of person who waited for perfect conditions. When he became interested in something, he found a way to learn it. At around the age of 10, Elon received his first computer, a Commodore V20. For many children, a computer was only a tool for playing games. But Elon looked at it differently. He wanted to understand what was happening behind the screen. He asked himself a simple but powerful question: how are these games created? Since there were no teachers available to guide him step by step, Elon decided to teach himself. He bought a programming manual and began reading it carefully. The manual was not written in very simple language, and sometimes it was difficult to understand. Still, Elon stayed patient. He would read one page, practice the code, make mistakes, correct them, and try again. This process continued for many days and nights. Sometimes learning alone can feel frustrating. There were moments when the computer programs did not work the way he expected. But instead of quitting, Elon treated every mistake as a lesson. Each error helped him understand programming better. Slowly, what once looked confusing started to make sense. Line by line, he learned how instructions given to a computer could create something useful or entertaining. His strong habit of self-learning became one of the most important skills of his life. Elon did not wait for someone to push him or force him to study. His motivation came from curiosity. He genuinely wanted to learn. And when learning comes from curiosity, it becomes powerful and long-lasting. After months of practice, Elon became confident enough to create something of his own, a simple video game called Blaster. He wrote the entire code himself, testing it again and again until it worked properly. At only 12 years old, he successfully sold the game to a computer magazine. This achievement was not only about earning money. It was proof that self-learning can open doors to real opportunities. This stage of Elon Musk's life gives us an important motivational message. Many people believe they cannot succeed because they do not have the best teachers, the best schools, or the best resources. But Elon's story shows that determination and curiosity can sometimes be even more powerful than perfect conditions. When someone is willing to learn independently, read deeply, and practice consistently, progress becomes almost certain. Elon's early passion for computers did more than teach him programming. It trained his mind to solve problems, think logically, and believe that any complex skill can be learned step by step. These abilities later helped him build companies, create new technologies, and face challenges that most people would consider impossible. His journey reminds us that great success often begins with a simple decision: the decision to learn even when no one is teaching. Creating and selling his first software at age 12. By the time Elon Musk was 12 years old, his curiosity about computers had already turned into real skill. While most children his age were playing video games, Elon was learning how to create them. He spent many hours studying programming books, practicing coding, and experimenting with different ideas on his computer. What started as a hobby slowly became something much bigger, the beginning of his first entrepreneurial success. Elon did not have a team, a mentor, or expensive training courses. Everything he learned came from self-study and constant practice. He believed that the best way to understand something was to try building it. So he challenged himself with an exciting goal: to design his own computer game from scratch. The project was not easy. Writing software requires patience and attention to detail. A small mistake in the code could stop the entire program from working. Many times the game did not run correctly, and Elon had to search for errors line by line. Instead of feeling frustrated, he treated every mistake as a learning opportunity. Slowly, with persistence and determination, the game began to take shape. After weeks of hard work, Elon successfully created a simple space-themed video game called Blaster. In the game, players controlled a spaceship and had to destroy enemy objects before they reached them. The graphics were very basic compared to modern games. But what made the achievement special was that a 12-year-old boy had built the entire program himself. However, Elon did not stop there. He believed that ideas should be shared with the world. He decided to send the code of his game to a computer magazine that published software created by young programmers. This was a bold step because he did not know whether anyone would accept his work. Still, he believed in his effort and took the chance. Soon something surprising happened. The magazine liked his game and decided to publish it. They even paid him about $500 for the software. For a young boy, this was a big moment. It was not only about the money. It was proof that his knowledge and creativity had real value. He realized that technology skills could create opportunities and open doors to a future full of possibilities. This small success gave Elon an important lesson that stayed with him throughout his life. When you learn a valuable skill and apply it with courage, opportunities will eventually appear. Many people wait for the perfect time before starting something new. But Elon's story shows that even small projects, started at a young age, can lead to meaningful achievements. Creating and selling his first software at the age of 12 was more than just a childhood accomplishment. It was the first sign of the entrepreneur he would later become. Someone who learns independently, builds new ideas, and is never afraid to share them with the world. This early experience strength. Moving to North America for bigger opportunities. As Elon Musk entered his teenage years, he began thinking seriously about his future. He had big dreams of building new technologies, creating innovative companies, and working on ideas that could change the world. However, he also understood something very important. Sometimes to grow faster, a person must go where the opportunities are greater. At that time, Elon believed that North America, especially the United States, was the best place for technology, entrepreneurship, and innovation. Many of the world's biggest companies were based there, and new ideas were being developed every day. Elon wanted to be part of that environment. He knew that staying only where he was might limit his opportunities, so he made a brave decision. He planned to leave South Africa and move closer to the center of global innovation. This was not an easy choice. Moving to another country means leaving familiar places, friends, and comfort behind. It also means starting a new life with uncertainty. But Elon believed that long-term success often requires short-term discomfort. At the age of 17, he moved to Canada, where some of his relatives were living. This step was part of his larger plan to eventually reach the United States. Life in a new country was challenging. Elon did not begin with luxury or comfort. He took small jobs to support himself, working hard while continuing his education. During this time, he learned an important life lesson. Success is not only about intelligence or talent, it is also about resilience. The ability to continue moving forward, even when conditions are difficult, separates dreamers from achievers. After some time in Canada, Elon continued his academic journey and later moved to the United States to study and pursue greater opportunities. Being in North America exposed him to new people, new ideas, and a culture that strongly encouraged entrepreneurship and technological innovation. He met individuals who were building companies, experimenting with new technologies, and solving real-world problems. This environment inspired him even more and strengthened his belief that he could also create something meaningful. The decision to move across continents at a young age required courage and vision. Many people hesitate to take big steps because they fear uncertainty. Elon's story reminds us that sometimes growth begins the moment we step outside our comfort zone. Opportunities rarely come to those who wait passively. They often appear when people take bold action and place themselves in environments where possibilities are larger. Moving to North America was not the moment Elon Musk became successful, but it was one of the most important turning points in his journey. It positioned him closer to the industries, investors, and communities that would later help him build groundbreaking companies. More importantly, it showed his willingness to take calculated risks for a bigger future. This chapter of his life teaches a powerful lesson. If your dreams are big, you must be ready to take big steps. Sometimes the path to success begins with a single courageous decision. The decision to go where your potential can truly grow. Surviving college while chasing entrepreneurial dreams. After moving to North America, Elon Musk continued his journey by focusing on education. He understood that knowledge would help him build the future he dreamed about. However, college life for Elon was not only about attending classes and passing exams. It was also a time of struggle, experimentation, and preparing for his entrepreneurial ambitions. Elon first studied in Canada and later transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States. There he studied physics and economics, two subjects that later played an important role in his career. Physics helped him understand how the world works at a scientific level, while economics taught him how businesses operate and grow. He believed that combining science and business knowledge would allow him to create companies that could solve real-world problems. Life during college was not always comfortable. Elon did not come from extreme wealth, and managing expenses was sometimes difficult. To save money, he often lived simply, focusing only on what was necessary. Instead of spending freely, he invested his time in learning, reading, and thinking about future opportunities. These years taught him discipline, the ability to stay focused even when life is not easy. But Elon was not just a student who studied textbooks. Even during college, he was already thinking like an entrepreneur. He constantly observed new trends, especially the growing power of the internet, which was still very new at that time. While many people saw the internet as a small technological trend, Elon saw something much bigger. A future where online platforms would change communication, business, and daily life. Together with a friend, Elon once rented a large house near the university. Instead of using it only for living, they turned the house into a small social hub where students sometimes gathered for events. These small experiments helped Elon understand how organization, promotion, and planning worked in real life. Every experience, even small ones, added to his business knowledge. During this period, Elon also developed an important mindset. He did not want to follow the traditional path of working in a comfortable job for many years. Instead, he wanted to build something of his own. He spent many nights discussing ideas with friends, reading about technology trends, and imagining companies that could solve future problems. While other students were only thinking about graduation, Elon was already planning what he would build after college. These college years were not the most glamorous part of his story, but they were extremely important. They strengthened his discipline, expanded his knowledge, and helped him connect with people who shared similar ambitions. Most importantly, this period prepared him mentally for the challenges of entrepreneurship that were waiting ahead. Elon Musk's college journey teaches an important lesson. Education is not only about earning a degree. It is also a time to develop skills, explore ideas, build networks, and prepare for the future. When students combine learning with ambition, even ordinary college years can become the foundation of extraordinary success. Elon did not wait until graduation to start dreaming. He used every day of college as preparation for building the life he truly wanted. Founding Zip2 and earning his first millions. After graduating from college, Elon Musk was ready to take his first major step into the world of entrepreneurship. He had spent years learning, dreaming, and preparing, and now it was time to turn his ideas into action. In 1995, Elon and his brother Kimball founded their first company, Zip2, a software company that would change the way people use the internet. Zip2 was created to help newspapers provide online content for their readers. At that time, the internet was still new, and most newspapers had no online presence. Elon saw a huge opportunity. If he could help newspapers go digital, he could solve a real-world problem while building a profitable business. With little money but a lot of determination, the brothers started coding and developing the platform themselves. Starting Zip2 was not easy. Elon faced many challenges, including a lack of funds and skepticism from potential clients. Some people did not understand why newspapers needed to be online, and convincing them to invest in the technology was difficult. But Elon never gave up. He used his skills, creativity, and persistence to continue improving the platform. He spent countless hours coding, meeting clients, and pitching the business idea to investors. The hard work paid off. Zip2 quickly became successful, attracting the attention of major newspapers and investors. Its innovative solution helped newspapers display maps, business directories, and other useful information for online readers. This was one of the first steps in making the internet a practical tool for everyday life. Elon's vision of combining technology with business was starting to work. In 1999, just 4 years after founding Zip2, Elon and his team sold the company to Compaq for nearly $307 million. Elon personally earned about $22 million from the deal. This was his first real financial success, a moment that proved that his hard work, persistence, and willingness to take risks could pay off in a big way. But more importantly, it showed him that he could create something valuable from scratch and make it grow into a successful business. This achievement was not just about money. It gave Elon confidence that he could tackle bigger challenges. He learned how to start a company, raise funds, negotiate deals, and handle the pressure of running a growing business. Every lesson from Zip2 became a foundation for the future ventures he would take on, including PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX. The story of founding Zip2 teaches us several important lessons. First, success often begins with spotting an opportunity that others ignore. Second, hard work, patience, and learning from challenges are essential to turning an idea into reality. And third, even a young entrepreneur with limited resources can achieve great things if he is determined, focused, and willing to take risks. Elon Musk's journey with Zip2 was his first taste of entrepreneurship, but it was only the beginning. From this early success, he learned the confidence and skills that would later help him create companies capable of changing the world. Risking everything on X.com, which became PayPal. After the success of Zip2, Elon Musk had already proven that he could build a company from scratch and turn it into a profitable business. But for him, making money was not the ultimate goal. He wanted to solve bigger problems and change the world. In 1999, Elon took a huge risk and invested a large portion of his fortune into a new venture called X.com, an online payment company that would later become PayPal. At that time, online banking and digital payments were almost unknown. Most people were still using checks or cash, and many were skeptical about sending money over the internet. Elon, however, saw the future. He believed that the world was moving online, and secure digital payments would soon become essential. Even though the idea was risky, he was determined to create a platform that could revolutionize the way people paid and transferred money. Starting X.com was not easy. Elon faced several challenges, including technical difficulties, competition from traditional banks, and skepticism from investors. Running an online payment system required building secure software and gaining trust from customers who had never trusted the internet with their money before. Elon poured in his own money, about $12 million from his Zip2 earnings, and worked long hours to make the company succeed. He even slept in the office sometimes to ensure the work continued without interruption. In 2000, X.com merged with another company called Confinity, which had a product called PayPal. At first, Elon was not the CEO of PayPal, but he focused on improving the platform, making it faster, more reliable, and more user-friendly. His goal was clear. He wanted to create a service that could make online money transfers easy for everyone, no matter where they were in the world. The journey was full of challenges. There were technical glitches, internal disagreements, and intense competition from other online payment companies. Many people doubted that X.com or PayPal could survive in the digital market. But Elon believed in taking risks, learning from failures, and pushing forward. His determination and vision kept the company moving. By 2002, PayPal had grown into the leading online payment platform in the world. That year, eBay acquired PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock, making Elon Musk one of the richest people in the United States at just 31 years old. He earned about $165 million from the deal, money he immediately reinvested into his next big ventures, including SpaceX and Tesla. The story of X.com teaches an important lesson. Great success often comes when you are willing to take risks that others avoid. Elon could have stayed comfortable after Zip 2, but he chose to risk his wealth and reputation on a bold vision. His courage to invest in an uncertain future helped create a company that changed how millions of people send and receive money today. Elon Musk's journey with X.com and PayPal shows that entrepreneurship is not just about making money. It's about seeing the future before others do, taking calculated risks, and never being afraid to challenge the status quo. This experience prepared him for even bigger challenges ahead, from electric cars to rockets and beyond. Reinvesting his fortune into SpaceX and Tesla. After the PayPal acquisition in 2002, Elon Musk became extremely wealthy, but money alone was never his ultimate goal. For Elon, the real challenge was to make a meaningful impact on the world. Instead of living a comfortable life or spending his fortune on luxury, he chose to reinvest almost all of his wealth into bold, risky ventures that many people thought were impossible. Two of these ventures were SpaceX, a private space exploration company, and Tesla, an electric car company. Elon's vision for SpaceX was clear and ambitious. He wanted to make space travel more affordable and eventually enable humans to live on other planets, starting with Mars. At the time, space exploration was dominated by governments, and private companies entering the field seemed unrealistic to most experts. Despite skepticism from scientists, engineers, and investors, Elon believed that a private company could innovate faster and more efficiently than government agencies. In 2002, he invested $100 million of his own money to launch SpaceX. The company faced enormous challenges from day one. Rockets failed during early tests, investors doubted the mission, and competitors thought Elon's vision was unrealistic. But he remained persistent, learning from every failure. Each setback became a lesson, and gradually the company improved its technology. By 2008, SpaceX achieved a historic milestone. Its Falcon 1 rocket became the first privately built liquid-fueled rocket to reach orbit. This success not only saved the company but also proved that Elon's risky vision could become reality. At the same time, Elon was also transforming the automobile industry with Tesla Motors. He saw that gasoline-powered cars were unsustainable for the planet's future. Electric cars existed, but they were slow, unattractive, and limited in range. Elon wanted to create electric cars that were fast, stylish, and practical for everyday use. Many people thought it was impossible to compete with traditional car manufacturers. Elon invested millions of his own money into Tesla, sometimes putting almost all his fortune on the line. In 2008, when Tesla was struggling and facing bankruptcy, Elon famously invested his last personal savings to keep the company alive. Through hard work, innovation, and determination, Tesla launched the Roadster, followed by the Model S, which became a symbol of what electric vehicles could achieve. Today, Tesla is considered the world's leading electric car company. inspiring innovation across the global automotive industry. The story of reinvesting his fortune into SpaceX and Tesla teaches us a powerful lesson. Real success often requires courage to take huge risks. Elon could have stayed comfortable after PayPal, but he chose to bet on his vision for the future. A future where humans could explore space and the planet could shift toward sustainable energy. His decisions were not safe, but they were guided by purpose, persistence, and belief in innovation. Elon Musk's journey with SpaceX and Tesla shows that wealth is only valuable when used to create lasting impact. By risking everything on ideas that seemed impossible, he not only built revolutionary companies but also inspired millions to think bigger, work harder, and dare to chase dreams that others call unrealistic. Facing failures, near bankruptcy, and public doubt. Even after founding SpaceX and Tesla, Elon Musk's journey was far from smooth. In fact, some of the most critical moments of his career were filled with failure, uncertainty, and public doubt. These years tested not only his business skills but also his resilience, patience, and determination to turn ambitious dreams into reality. By 2008, both SpaceX and Tesla were facing severe financial difficulties. SpaceX had launched 3 rockets in a row, and all had failed. Each failure brought the company closer to collapse, and investors were losing confidence. Meanwhile, Tesla had spent millions developing its first electric car, the Roadster, but production delays, technical challenges, and limited customer interest threatened the company's survival. At one point, Elon had invested nearly all of his own money, leaving him with almost nothing personal to fall back on. During this time, Elon faced enormous stress. Friends and colleagues worried about him, and the media often criticized his risky decisions. Headlines questioned whether he had lost his mind by betting everything on ventures that seemed impossible. Public doubt was high, and even seasoned business experts suggested he should give up before he went bankrupt. But Elon did not give up. Instead, he embraced the failures as learning opportunities. Each rocket explosion at SpaceX taught engineers something new about design, fuel systems, and safety. Each delay or problem at Tesla forced the team to improve manufacturing processes and vehicle technology. Elon worked tirelessly, sometimes sleeping in the office and constantly monitoring every detail. His focus was not on the fear of failure but on the possibility of success if he kept trying. The turning point came in 2008. SpaceX successfully launched its Falcon 1 rocket into orbit, becoming the first privately funded company to do so. This achievement secured a $1.6 billion contract with NASA, saving the company from bankruptcy. At Tesla, the Roadster finally hit the roads, proving that electric cars could be fast, attractive, and functional. These successes were not just business victories. They validated Elon's vision and reinforced his belief that persistence in the face of doubt could achieve the impossible. Elon Musk's story during these challenging years is a powerful lesson in resilience. Success is rarely linear. It is often filled with setbacks, criticism, and moments when everything seems lost. What separates extraordinary achievers from the rest is the ability to keep moving forward, learning from mistakes, and maintaining belief in their vision. The period of failures and near bankruptcy also shows the importance of courage in entrepreneurship. Elon risked everything he had, his money, reputation, and time, on ventures that many people thought would fail. Yet, by persevering, learning from mistakes, and refusing to surrender to public doubt, he transformed those risks into revolutionary companies that would change industries forever. Elon Musk's journey reminds us that challenges and failures are not the end. They are tests, lessons, and opportunities in disguise. For anyone with big dreams, the key is not to avoid failure but to embrace it, learn from it, and keep moving forward. This mindset is what allowed Elon to overcome near bankruptcy and emerge stronger than ever, building multiple world-changing companies and billionaire status. After overcoming failures, near bankruptcy, and public doubt, Elon Musk entered a new phase of his life, one of rapid innovation, ambitious ventures, and global recognition. By this time, he had already proven that he could create successful companies like Zip2 and PayPal. But for Elon, financial success was never the ultimate goal. His true ambition was to change the world through technology, and he continued to build companies that addressed major global challenges. Elon's work with Tesla redefined the automotive industry. He didn't just want to make electric cars. He wanted to prove that sustainable energy could be stylish, high-performance, and practical for everyday use. Under his leadership, Tesla developed the Model S, Model 3, and later Model X and Y, electric cars that became symbols of innovation and environmental responsibility. Beyond cars, Tesla also expanded into battery technology and solar energy, helping create a vision for a world powered by clean energy. At the same time, SpaceX was breaking new ground in space exploration. The company successfully launched the Falcon 9 rocket, developed the Dragon spacecraft, and became the first private company to send astronauts to the International Space Station. Elon's vision extended beyond Earth. He dreamed of making humanity a multi-planetary species by eventually colonizing Mars. His work with reusable rockets reduced the cost of space travel dramatically, inspiring a new generation of engineers, scientists, and dreamers. But Elon didn't stop there. He launched other ventures like Neuralink, which focuses on connecting the human brain to computers, and the Boring Company, which aims to solve traffic problems through underground tunnels. Each company targets a unique challenge, from urban transportation to brain-computer interfaces, showing Elon's commitment to tackling some of the world's most complex problems. Through these ventures, Elon Musk not only achieved billionaire status but also became a global symbol of innovation, risk-taking, and perseverance. Forbes and other financial publications recognized him as one of the richest people in the world, yet his focus remained on long-term impact rather than wealth alone. His story shows that money can be a tool to fund ideas that push humanity forward, rather than just a personal goal. Elon Musk's journey to building multiple world-changing companies teaches several important lessons. Vision matters. A clear, ambitious vision can guide your actions even when others doubt you. Persistence is key. Success requires learning from failures and continuing despite obstacles. Risk can lead to reward. Taking calculated risks can result in innovations that change industries. Impact over wealth. Focusing on meaningful contributions often leads to both personal and financial success. From a curious child in South Africa to the CEO of some of the world's most revolutionary companies, Elon Musk demonstrates that bold ideas, relentless work, and a willingness to take risks can transform not only your life but also the future of humanity. His story inspires millions around the globe to dream bigger, work harder, and believe that even the impossible is possible. Elon Musk's life is a reminder that wealth alone is not the measure of success. True success lies in creating change, inspiring innovation, and leaving a lasting impact on the world. Through Tesla, SpaceX, and his other ventures, Elon has done exactly that, proving that one person's vision can truly change the world.